This is an episode that I was not ready, prepared, excited to shoot. I'm not happy. End of the story. I'm not happy. Turns out that we are just prone to get scammed on this channel. As many of you are aware, we had an Eclipse project that we spent hundreds of hours in, hundreds of dollars on, and sadly due to financial stuff, we had to let it go. It's the story of life. You know, you win some, you lose some. So having put thousands of dollars into the car and knowing that it's just an RS, it's not that valuable, we sold it and did not make a profit at all. The guy that we sold it to, he's gonna remain nameless, had agreed to buy the car for $1,100. And you know, we had chatted for a bit online, we went back and forth, and then finally just ghosted. So the buyer and I were chatting back and forth on Facebook. We were able to negotiate the price. I was willing to sell it pretty quickly because the financial strain of COVID and everything else really was affecting my household, myself specifically, and I was willing to let it go for $1,100. The buyer's not gonna be named because that's defamation. We're not about that. But put it like this, we had agreed on a price. He was gonna work on getting the cash together and meet me at my house, roughly, to negotiate the deal. To actually come down with the cash, pay it all up front, take the car and go. And I made my first mistake, saying I'm willing to take it down and you can come collect the car later. I did not clarify that it is a down payment and you can have the car when you pay it all off later. Because of this, the next day, sends me $100 and tells me he'll be there by X time, middle of the day. I was like, all right, you have the money? He's like, yeah, okay. He shows up with 2-3 other people. I'm by myself with my very young puppy on the scooter, no less, to make it look like I came somewhere to get there. And I had no backup. No one was home. Nobody was around. Ian was somewhere in Richmond for his job. Chris was somewhere out in Pennsylvania for his job. So I was left by myself with strangers that I didn't know, with an expensive dog as a puppy, no less. Just, it's a bad situation. I went in there by myself. Never go to a deal by yourself. Always bring at least another person, and if it helps, have that person have their phone out like they're filming, because then the possibility of some potential scammer wanting to do something will go down, because, well, now there's video evidence involved. If he tries to steal the car or do anything else, you can take that to court if you're actually filming. After that interaction, the next phase of this whole tragedy was the fact that the title was signed when I gave it to him. I should not have given him the title at all. I should not have even considered signing the title until all the money was there, because then, had I still had the title, I could have then moved forward with putting a lien on it. That way he couldn't sell it until the lien was paid, or the new owner would pay me the lien. These are just rookie mistakes. Don't do what I did, because it sucks. It sucks a lot. After all of the shenanigans dealing with this guy and being alone with him, and he finally left, I felt totally uneasy. I felt honestly moronic and stupid, because I just got played. In my head, didn't think I was played. I was just laying in and like, hey, listen, I wasn't gonna say anything about this with your friends there because I didn't want to get mugged, but you still owe me $1,000 for this car. You still owe me a huge chunk of change that you haven't paid me yet. So I need that money ASAP, or else I'm gonna declare this a stolen vehicle and stolen title. Nothing happened, and of course, because I don't have a copy of the title, I am up a creek without a paddle. I had no options whatsoever, and other than just keep leaning into this guy, waiting to find out what's up. He ended up blowing the transmission. It was having issues when we sold it, but he completely blew it so that the synchros were just gone despite having fresh fluid and all that stuff, which tells me he was grinding gears because he didn't know how to drive a manual when he bought the car from me. So, months go by. This is September, right? This is October, sorry, because this is right after I got Merlin, my beautiful boy sitting here next to me, showed up. So I'm now several months later, and this past weekend, my friend Randy hits me up and says, hey, is this your car? Turns out the guy sold the car to somebody else, sold it to him for the money he spent to buy it, $100. I was just all the emotions of everything that had gone on, being ghosted, where the guy wouldn't respond, he wouldn't send me anything, and then he deleted his Facebook. I had no way of believing whether or not his name on Facebook was even real, which is why he's gonna stay nameless regardless of what happened. Like all of that, just months of frustration and heartache and pain because something I poured hours on hours with my friends and my family into, something that was supposed to go to my brother, but due to family issues, couldn't do that. Stuff that I could fix, but I just couldn't afford to do it because of what was going on at the time. All of that hit me all at once, and I was so desperate to get it back. Because now I have somewhere to put it. I could have put it in here, and it could have lived in here while I was getting my life together, getting another job, all this stuff. I could have done it. I could have had it back, rebuilt it, did ITBs like I wanted to, or even possibly go turbo, whatever. I could have done it, but alas, the new owner is gonna keep it. It's not his fault, and we had a conversation, you know, and he understood everything because he watched his own car that he had. He ended up having to default on his loan because of hard times, and he had watched his RX-7 get taken away, and then proceeded to get chopped up by some kid on Facebook. Like, he understood entirely where I was at emotionally with this because he had been through it. He had suffered through his own. So, needless to say, it sucks. We won't have Shiro back, but I believe that it's gonna be in the best hands with the guy who's got it. I think he's gonna do well with it because he has remained courteous, polite, everything throughout the whole conversation we had, even when I was losing my own mind a little bit, knowing that I could have my car back. But alas, it's his, he got it fair. So if you're watching this, homie, please treat Shiro well. Make sure that it's given the love and attention that it really does need, because I have no idea what happened to it when it went with the scammer. Because, yeah, we don't know. No pictures, nothing. Was gone for 6 months, and then out of thin air reappeared. It hurts knowing that I can't get the Eclipse back, especially because I've had the itch like nobody's business to try and get a car and a project up and running. So much so that I was willing to do some really dumb decisions, and others that would have been okay, but not the wisest given my now current situation financially. So, yeah, it sucks. Don't get scammed. And next time you see us, hopefully this will get worked on, or at least running, so we can go drive it. All right, cool. God bless. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.